Hi, this is Bill from FRC Hobby. I'm here demonstrating the new Foam-Tac adhesive. It's been improved. It has nice new packaging with directions that are actually legible and make sense. And it also cures faster than it did before. Just open this up quick here. It's a nice fresh new bottle. Apparently the cardboard's a little thicker than it was before too. Alright, so this was a fresh bottle. And here I have the body for an F-35 foam EDF jet. Let's start with the nose cone. That should be simple. Apparently I have to snip this real quick. I don't remember having to do that on the old design. So we'll just snip the end off here. Just putting a little bit on here, not much. Push it into the airframe, jiggle it around a little bit, in and out a couple times. You can feel it starting to grab more each time. Now let's just push that nice and snug and set it aside. And the canopy for this does not come attached, so I can show you how it even works very well on plastic. So I'm just going to put a nice thin bead here, very thin, and it dries clear, so if it does smush out, it's not going to ruin the look of my canopy. Alright, here's my plastic canopy. Doesn't line up super well. It's kind of a cheap kit. Alright, so it doesn't stay on there without holding it, but that's okay because I want to flash off some of this. Just wave it in the breeze here. And when I push it back down, running my finger along the edge to get off this excess. Sorry if this video is a little boring. I wish this fit a little better. There you go. That's stuck. It's not pulling up. And it's dried clear. Take our nose cone again. Boy, look at that. It doesn't even line up right. There's lots of gaps in there. I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera, but lots of gaps. Look at that. It's not even fully cured, but it is holding. Let's try something that should line up a little better, like a wing. Let's test fit it first. Wow, the fit's terrible. There we go. once again, just one thin bead of Foam-Tac. I'm going to put it on the male piece. See how little I'm using? Just thin beads. I'm not coating the whole surface. Just thin little beads. Let's do one over here and one over here. Push it in nice. Boy, it's already tough to pull apart. Okay, I've pulled that apart a couple of times. There were a couple of little strings with that because I pulled it apart farther than I intended to. But again, it dries clear, so you will not see them. Just go like this and they're gone. Look at that. You've already got a nice strong bond now that there's enough surface area. Let's do the other side. That worked so well. Let's try gluing on the other side. So you can see it really doesn't matter, just one side needs it. Bead there, bead there. Let's put a bead in the channel. Let's put a thin little bit here. And another thin little bit here. Okay, so the other wing I glued the wing. This wing I'm gluing the fuselage. Just to show you that it doesn't matter. This glue will hold and hold well with just one bead on either part. Now I'm going to be a little more gentle about pushing and pulling the parts. So now I have nothing that will need wiping. And that's bonded. Let's take a look at our canopy again. That's bonded. It's not coming off. Let's try the nose with all the gaps in it. Yeah, that's holding too. Boy, I'm going to need to fill that. But there you go. Foam-Tac bonds foam to foam, foam to plastic. Bonds wood to foam or plastic. Anything you need to glue. Foam-Tac is the only glue you need. You can see how quickly it sets. Now if I needed to pull any of this apart, I still could. It's not fully cured. Not by a long shot. But it's holding well enough for me to work with it and continue and move on to other areas. Full cure is 24 hours, but you do not need to wait 24 hours. For example, this airplane here, if I got the rest of the electronics in and glued the rest of the parts and all my control rods and everything, you'd only need a couple hours before you could actually fly this. So that's my demonstration of Foam-Tac Foam Safe Glue. Works on all foams. There is no foam that it will attack unless you use way too much of it. As you can see, you use very little of it. And this was a fresh bottle that I just opened, and you can see, barely even see the little bubble here. I mean, almost nothing is gone. And I've just glued on 2 wings, a nose, and a canopy. And you wouldn't even know that this was used. Just make sure you screw your cap back on if you're not going to be using it for a little while. And if you're not going to be using it for a long while, put the white cap back on and remove this. You can get it at my website, frchobby.com. Our prices are below suggested retail, and our shipping is so cheap it's almost free. That's www.frchobby.com.